Pittsburgh Steelers lost to the Cleveland Browns today, 24-19 on Thursday Night Football. I just want to say there should be no Thursday Night Football. You know, Roger Goodell is always talking about player safety, and player safety comes first. Well, if you played a game on Sunday, how could you recover in time to play on Thursday? You can't. And that's why the Browns won this football game. The Steelers are coming off an ultra tough physical matchup victory over the Baltimore Ravens. So tonight they came out, they were stale, they weren't sharp, they looked banged up. They're human. That's what happens. Roger Goodell is a hypocrite. The only thing that Roger Goodell is worried about is outside perception of the league. He's not concerned about the players, because if he was, there'd be no Thursday night football. All you football fans, how long did the NFL only have Sunday and Monday nights? Forever. And that's the way it should be. All the games were exciting. I'm not saying no fans care about Thursday night football. I watch it. But it's not the same as Sunday and Monday primetime. It's not. It's not the same. It's not even remotely the same. Even the announcers, they sound like they don't even want to be there. Al Michaels and whatever, Herb Street. It's just like another day at the office. Like, they're bored. They're not excited. You get mediocre play because the teams are not recovered from the week before. It's ridiculous. And this is the last thing I'll say before I get into the stats. This game was on Amazon Prime, and that's BS. Total BS. The league has enough money to last 500 million lifetimes, literally. So there's a kid in Cleveland, there's a kid in Pittsburgh whose mom, has to work 2 jobs, can't afford Amazon, is a Cleveland fan, is a Steeler fan, is a Browns fan, excuse me. Can't stand the Browns, but anyway. And they can't watch the game. Really, Goodell? That's the best you could do? Mr., faith, family, football. But you make it so a lot of the country can't even watch the game because they have to pay for it. Roger Goodell is nothing but a politician. And what Roger Goodell should do, unfortunately, every team in the NFL signed or voted to give Roger Goodell full control of the NFL. You know who the only team that voted no was? The Steelers. They're the only team that voted no, not to give Roger Goodell, communist commie Roger Goodell, full control of the league. And this is why this garbage goes on. This is why the league is ruined. You can't even hit a guy anymore. You can't. It's a violent, physical game. That's what we all tune in for. That's what we watch. You can't even hit guys anymore. Flag, flag, flag. You can't smash the quarterback. If you throw your weight on a quarterback, it's a flag. It's ridiculous. The stuff that goes on with the defensive backs, where it's two-hand touch football now. You have to let the receiver catch the ball, let him run 2 or 3 steps before you're allowed to hit him. Oh, and by the way, no matter how high he jumps in the air, you're not allowed to leave your feet to hit him. You have to be on the ground. And this is all Roger Goodell, a sleazy, slimy politician. And you know how I know that? Every single time that one of these NFL players gets hurt and they put in a claim to their insurance to have a surgery, whatever, it's automatically denied right off the bat. Roger Goodell does not care about player safety, and it shows. He added more games to the schedule. There's Thursday night football. Now we have all these other weird games, Black Friday football, this football, that. And hold on. The Steelers also have to play on Christmas. They have another back-to-back where they play on Sunday, and then they play a Thursday night game in December. So in November you had it, and now in December you had it. Steelers had the Ravens, and then they had the Browns on Thursday Night Football. On Christmas, the Chiefs. Oh my God. So on December 21st, the Steelers play the Ravens. Then on December 25th, the Steelers play the Chiefs, Christmas Day. So here we go again. A physical battle with the Ravens, back to back. So we already played the Ravens. We got the Browns. You're going to have another slugfest with the Ravens again. Be all banged up. Won't be able to recover. And then you got to play the Chiefs on Christmas. If you think Roger Goodell is not doing that on purpose to hurt the Steelers, to not make the playoffs or make a deep run, you're lying to yourself. And you know why he doesn't like the Steelers? Because they're the only team that voted no to give him total control. All right, I'm done talking about this loser. I don't like Roger Goodell. I never will. He's a politician. He deserves to be in Washington with the rest of those criminals and everything else that goes on there. He should have never been able to run the National Football League, ever. And the game itself has suffered because of Roger Goodell. They're trying to make it something that it's not. They're trying to, I'm not saying you can't believe in God. I believe in God, family, all that. But it's a violent game. And when you step between those lines, you know what you signed up for. And the more physical your team is, the better you are. They're trying to Roger Goodell is trying to turn the NFL into something that it's not. And that's why I can't stand him. I literally hate the man. I do. I'll admit it. I hate Roger Goodell. Because everything that the Steelers are, physical, smash mouth, violent, on the field, off the field, nice guys. Everything that the Pittsburgh Steelers are, he's against. I despise that man. Let's get into the stats. Russell Wilson, 21 for 28, 270 yards. He threw a touchdown. Was sacked 4 times again. I don't know what to make about Russell Wilson. Russell Field, excuse me. I don't know what to make of Russell Wilson. Is the offense moving better? Yeah. But I'm not buying into it. And I think as the season goes on and the arm gets weaker, all these rainbow balls up in the air, and it's just something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Justin Fields, the more time that goes by where he's not the starter, it's the worse he's going to get. I personally believe that he should be the starter. That's what I believe. I think he has better upside, better potential. The ball tonight thrown to Calvin Austin for like a 45-yard gain was thrown behind him. If Justin Fields throws that ball, it's a touchdown. I don't know if they're just going to keep him on the bench and get him ready for next. I don't know what the plan is. And this package with Justin Fields. Now, he did have a huge run for like 30 yards, which really set up a score. But prior to that, it didn't do anything. The defense knew as soon as he got on the field, he's running the ball. Every time he comes in, he can't just run the ball. Defenses are not dumb. They're fast, too. They're physical. Like, it's a giveaway. Oh, he comes on the field, automatic run. He should maybe have a read pass option, pulls it out of the back stomach, throws it downfield. You can't run the guy every single time. Listen, he's a contributor. I love the guy. Great attitude. I'm glad he's a Steeler. I always say this. He has Big Ben potential, but he hasn't been in the best situations. And I don't think just more time on the bench is going to help it. That's my opinion. Let's go to the rushing game. Jaylen Warren, 11 carries, 45 yards, 1 touchdown, averaged 4.1 yards a carry. Najee really didn't get rolling. 16 carries, 41 yards, averaged 2.6 a carry. Long Longest run was 11 yards. Justin Fields, 3 carries, 26 yards. Averaged 8.7 yards a carry, which is excellent. Had a long run of 30 yards. Leading the receivers for the Steelers, Calvin Alston, 3 receptions, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Long pass of the day was 46 yards, targeted 3 times. Pat Freiermuth, 4 receptions, 59 yards. He averaged 4.8 yards a catch. His longest catch of the day was 22 yards on four targets. George Pickens, 4 receptions, 48 yards, averaged 12 yards a catch. Longest catch of the day was 31 yards on 7 targets. There was a couple balls thrown to George Pickens that I don't know if it was the snow. I don't know what. Listen, the snow really affected the game. George Pickens is playing well. You know, he's focused. I can't say nothing bad. When he's playing the way that he's playing, he is a top-notch elite talent. I say it every week. I really hope he keeps turning the corner with this good attitude and the team-first attitude. I like the way he's talking to the media finally. I'm just praying he gets it for the next 10 to 15 years because we really need the guy. He's playing great. I think the snow really affected his game tonight. I like what he said after the game where the Browns aren't a good team. The snow helped him. And I know he didn't want to make excuses and bring the Ravens into it. But if you don't think that the Ravens game affected the Steelers for this game, that they didn't come in here beat up and tired, you're lying to yourself. They're human beings. They're not robots. This is on Goodell. There should be no Thursday night football. It's over. Should be done. You really care about player safety? Thursday night football's got to go. Everybody says it. Everybody says it. Doctors, you name it. It's not healthy. They can't recover. It's shitty football. So why have it? You know why they have it? Because he's greedy. It's never enough money. The league was so beautiful at one point. 16 games. The hitting, no politics involved. It was such a beautiful thing. No Thursday night games. All the intensity was focused on the 1 o'clock game, the 4 o'clock game, the Monday night game. The hitting. Goodell is trying to turn this beautiful game into something that it's not. This new kickoff rule, it's all garbage. Oh, let me ask you something. Do you really think the kickoff, moving it up a little bit, whatever it is, whatever yard line the guys are on, 40-yard line or 35, I don't care. Do you really think that makes it safer for them? You know, these guys get the top speed in 2 seconds. Boom. What am I saying? 3 seconds. A fast guy runs a 40 in like 4.4. They get the top speed in 2 steps. That does nothing. All it is to change the game so outside perception is the game's not as violent. Well, guess what, Goodell? That's why we're all tuning in. That's why 70,000 people show up to Acrisure Stadium because they want to see Blitzburg football. I want to see Greg Lloyd, TJ Watt, Nick Herbig go crazy. Sack the quarterback. Smash him. I don't want to see two-hand touch. Alex Highsmith, listen, Herbig is playing great. TJ Watt, to me, looks like he's a little bit hurt. I don't know what's going on. He doesn't like he's moving too well. I might be wrong. He might just be sore from last week's game. He gets double-teamed all the time. All I'm saying is when I watch him, I think maybe his lower back's hurting or a hamstring. That's my opinion. I don't mean to keep going off topic here, but it's football. It's supposed to be violent. These helmets that these guys are wearing now are like NASCAR helmets. Guys, regardless of what helmet they're going to wear, certain guys, because of genetics, are going to get Parkinson's or have issues. That's life. That's the name of the game. Is it worth the risk? Of course it is. Every single one of these guys, they could be in wheelchairs, 80 years old, and you say to them, hey, if you could play in the NFL again, would you? If you had to start all over, would you? Absolutely. They know the price of the battle. So what is Goodell doing? What are we turning the league into? Oh, yeah, he's all about player safety, but let's have that Thursday night game. And you know why I'm pissed? Because this loss, he did this on purpose. I'm going to say it again. Ravens, then this game against the Browns. Christmas, we play the Sunday before, we play the Ravens again, another smash mouth game, and then 3 or 4 days later, on Christmas, play the Chiefs. You know it's going to be, they're going to try to pass the hell of the ball. Our guys are going to be tired. Our guys are going to be banged up. We're human. I believe 1,000% in all my heart with everything that is done on purpose by Roger Goodell because he holds a grudge against the Steelers for that vote. Patrick Queen led the defense, 7 total tackles, 2 solo, quarterback hits 1, pass deflections 1. Nick Herbig, 5 total tackles, 3 solo, 1 sack, 2 QB hits, forced fumble, big great play on his part. Minkah Fitzpatrick, 3 tackles. I mean, he didn't seem to have the greatest game. TJ Watt, 4 total tackles, 1 solo, 1 tackle for a loss. He didn't do much, kind of neutralized. Again, when I say that about Minkah, it's snowing. It's always harder on the defense. At one point on a 3rd down, or I might even 3rd or 4th down, he slipped a little bit, and they picked up the 1st down. The Browns today were 1 and 9, 1 and 10 on 3rd down, and 4 for 4 on 4th down. You're not going to tell me that fatigue doesn't play a difference or come into effect from the Steelers playing the Ravens on Sunday. Nobody's going to make me believe differently. Dante Jackson picks the ball off. You know, at certain points during this game, you think the Steelers are going to pull it out and win. Dante Jackson picks the ball off like, all we got to do is get a 1st down or 2. They go 3 and out. Browns go down the field and score. It's ridiculous. I'm not talking about any of the Browns tonight. I don't care. I'm not talking about any of them. Don't want to hear it. This was a gift. Christmas came early for the Cleveland Browns tonight. The snow and a short week for the Steelers against the Ravens. You can thank Roger Goodell. Call Santa Claus, Roger Goodell. Hey, Santa, thanks for the early gift. We're really a shitty-ass team, and we just got a gift. Chris Boswell, 2 for 3. Long field goal of the day, 48 yards, 7 total points. Missed 1. I mean, it's going to happen from time to time. Let's show some highlights of the game. Let's go to some video. All right, let's watch the first touchdown of the game. Russell Wilson to Calvin Austin III for a 23-yard touchdown. Look at that snow. Beautiful. Russell Wilson back to throw. Touchdown, Calvin Austin.
Austin, yes, he can. Touchdown. Delpit's here, safety here. You got to work to the middle. That's exactly what
AFC North
do.
Football.
Nice
it's
throw,
beautiful,
right
isn't
on
it?
The line, over top of the linebackers.
Touchdown.
Could not have been.
Watch Jaylen Warren's 3-yard touchdown run. Hand off Jaylen Warren. Touchdown, Steelers. Watch Justin Fields, his 30-yard run when he brought him in for one of his packages.
He will keep it. And the ex-Bear down the sideline he goes before he's thrust out.
I'll tell you, when Justin Field gets a step on the defense, he could take off like no other. Let's watch Nick Herbig. Great play. Forces a fumble and the sack. He's playing really good football.
2nd down and 9. Yeah, they give him a show tonight for sure.
Boom! Goes down. Fumble.
Steelers have it. Nick Herbig, who made a couple of very big plays last week, coming back from an injury, does it again.
Who recovered the ball? Patrick Queen. Great play by Herbig. He's playing really good football. We need as many pass rushers as we can get. Deshaun Elliott, I really like him. He's playing good football, quiet guy. You know, he brings his lunchbox to work every day. It just makes plays. Really love his addition. He forces a fumble, and the fumble's picked up by Dante Jackson.
Right there, put his shoulder right on the football, went right
Big
up
hit.
into the air. You know, Tillman is a physical receiver, second year out of Tennessee, 6'3", 215. Just doesn't take care of the ball.
AFC
It's
North
a heck
football.
Of a job by Elliott of putting, it's just a classic tackle on how to rip that ball out, and he just got his shoulder on it to pop it loose.
Watch Pat Fryermuth. Nice gain on the play.
But that's not the case tonight. On 3rd and 6, that pass is caught in between defenders. And to the 38-yard line goes Pat.
You notice at the beginning of the game, spotless. You know, it looks like a Sunday afternoon in the fall. And then all of a sudden, the snow just started coming down from out of nowhere. Let's watch George Pickens. He goes deep for a 31-yard catch.
And 6, going deep downfield.
Beautiful catch by Pickens.
Pickens covered well, but he adjusted to it, and Denzel.
He plays the ball excellent in the air. His eyes are always on the football. He always knows where the ball is. Defensive backs, today's defensive backs are terrible at tracking the ball with their eyes. George Pickens is phenomenal, always with his eyes on the ball, running full speed downfield, can turn his head, look for the ball. He knows exactly where it is. Most of the time, the defensive back is right there, step for step. But since he knows where the ball is, he snags it out of the air. He's a great player. George Pickens, make a diving catch.
Games. And that pass is hauled in at the 27-yard line.
I'm going to end it with this. The Browns got a gift tonight from Roger Goodell. Again, he's doing this on purpose. After the Baltimore Ravens game, giving us the Browns. He knows we're banged up. He's mad about the vote. We didn't want to give him total control of the league. So what does he do? The following month in December, we play the Ravens. Then 4 days later, we play the Chiefs on Christmas. This is done out of vindictiveness. This loss today to the Cleveland Browns, the Browns should be thanking Roger Goodell. Christmas came early.